Hello everyone, welcome to ParentTown TV. We have with us the super gorgeous Lara Dutta and an awesome tennis player Mahesh Bhupati. So my first question is to actually both of you. You have been an awesome tennis player and you were Miss Universe and then an actor and you do other things as well. How does it feel like being a parent?
Well, it's fantastic. It's you're not a parent until you are. So nobody or nothing that anyone can say can really prepare you for what parenthood is going to be like. But it's an awesome phase in life to be.
What about you, Mahesh?
Yeah, it's obviously very new and something that we're both enjoying very much.
Okay. I also have a daughter, and I have seen that small girls, little girls, my daughter is 5, she's really fascinated with Cinderella and Snow White and all that. And you have been Miss Universe. So how do you explain beauty to Saira, the concept of beauty?
I think this is challenging for pretty much every mother and parent. I have a lot of friends who refuse to allow their daughters to play with Barbie dolls because they feel that that's going to influence their concept of what beauty is like. But it really depends. Every single child is a completely individual, sort of person in their own right.
Yes.
So, for our daughter growing up, she's surrounded, she's accompanied me from the time she was a few months old onto film sets. We've gone extensively touring with Mahesh when he's been in the tennis world. So she's grown up surrounded by extremely fit, extremely good looking people, so her whole concept of what natural or general life and people look like is already skewed. But I don't think I try and, the idea is not really to, consciously veer her away from that. And the question with her has never really come up, to say that, oh, is so-and-so more beautiful than X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
So right now, I think when they're children, they really see people, they're more attracted to the aura or the energy that somebody sends out, know. So they automatically, whether it is the person, apart from the mother and the father who are taking care of them, their relationships are really built on that, So I think unnecessarily, I wouldn't as a mother want to, project something that I want my daughter to see, because I don't want her to see things the way I do. She will form her own, perceptions in life.
Yes.
But I think, yes, if the question ever came up, then the guidance that would have to be given would have to be wisely sort of thought out and sort of, given to her in the right way.
Okay. As working parents, so being so busy in both your, respective fields, how do you juggle, work life, and how do you spend quality time with her?
We have a few secrets and methodology. Obviously, both of us are in, always in fast forward mode, but at the same time, we always find a way to make time, either family vacations or, small getaways, or even just, staying home for the whole weekend and not leaving the house. So we find time. We make it work.
Okay, so what is it like if you're free? What does an ideal quality time look like? What do you guys do? You go out for a movie, you watch movie
No,
at
we
home?
do. I think, she's, her needs are pretty basic still. She's 4 years old. Right now she just wants mother and father's undivided attention, and then she's pretty happy. So it really depends on what, sort of comes up. It's nice to do things with her outdoors. We do travel a lot with her, and whenever we are, whenever we're traveling, we try and get her to do some sort of physical activity. So, whether it is going with her to a water park or taking her, for long walks or just going to the park. So she's a kid who's grown up adapting to, literally any country, any kind of time zone, any sort of weather, and she loves being outdoors. So she loves, like all kids do, so she loves being able to just run and play, and I think that's all that the children really want now at this age.
Daughters are really special, for dads, and they are closer to dads also, they say. So how has it been with you, like with Saira? What has the fatherhood been to you?
Yeah, it's for me, it's a learning experience. Obviously, I always wanted a daughter. I always told Lara that from the beginning, and fortunately we got one. And we're enjoying it very much. Obviously, it's a long way more to go, and lots to do and lots to see and lots to learn. So we'll see how it goes.
Okay. Indians are like, the family setup in India is very traditional. We take things and we pass on from one generation to the other. So what are the 3 values that you both, got from your parents, which you want to pass to Saira as well? You can answer it individually.
It's the same values. Go ahead.
Well, I think for her, for first and foremost, Mahesh and I didn't have it, but our daughter does, where she's sort of born into an environment that's more privileged than both of us had. So both of us are self-made. Everything that we did in life, we did, single-handedly, with support of family, of course. But it wasn't given to us on a platter. So the number one thing is, of course, to make her know that regardless of what sort of privileges she's born with, there still needs to be a hunger to achieve inherent inside her. So one is that to keep that hunger alive.
Okay.
Secondly, both of us have been raised within families that have been very God-fearing. So to keep her to have a connect, not just with religion, but to give her a soul connect to what her grounding is and what she's about. And I think the third thing, really honestly, would just be to be respectful of people, whether it's grandparents, people older, kids that she's in class with, teachers that she's encountering with. So I think, and this is really missing, because I see a lot of children who are sort of raised with who are not really taught that, and that is something that has to be taught to children. It's not going to come naturally to them. So I think these are the three key things for us.
Okay. Also, kids today, because it's new age digital technology, so they spend a lot of time on iPads and TV. How do you make sure that, even though I'm sure, even I have a daughter, so sometimes it can be really like you can't say no. How do you make sure that she spends more time outdoors?
Well, you regulate it. You lay down the rules, So we have a clear rule in our house that she has half an hour screen time. She can choose whatever screen she wants it to be, whether it's the iPad or the television, and that's what she's going to get in a day. And when time's up, it's up, and she understands it. So now she started choosing wisely as well.
Okay, so that makes, the next question is what kind of a parent you are? A strict parent or a lenient parent, or it depends really on the situation?
Yeah, I don't think we're very strict. We just have rules and they need to be followed. And as long as she's 4, 5 or 7, I think she'll follow them. So time will come when I'm sure we'll get some pushback.
Okay, so have there been times when she's been affected by your celeb status? Especially
yes.
when, with friends and all?
No, of course. Like I said, growing up, my daughter, constantly thought that everybody's parents took pictures with random strangers. So until she was about 3 years old, that was normal for her. It was just normal life that my parents are going to be asked to take pictures with me and they're going to hide me behind different things, and that's normal. So it's now as an awareness is coming within her, to understand, but this is not the case with everybody else around us. But she understands. She knows who dad is. She understands totally what he does. She knows now finally what mom does. So, but the kids adapt, these children, they're far more resilient than we give them credit for.
Absolutely. So, Any last question, any message you have for new age parents, who are so much under pressure to be perfect, to do everything right? Anything you would like to tell, from your own experience?
Honestly, I think the first time...
We're too young in the parenthood to be advising other people. Come back in 15 years.